Today's lesson is absolute value. The absolute value of a number is the distance a number is from 0. It is always positive because distance cannot be negative. The absolute value sign is 2 vertical bars. We calculate whatever's in between those 2 bars. We then remove the bars and make the number positive. So when we have something that looks like this, we call this the absolute value of A. Here we have the absolute value of 4 equal to 4, because 4 is 4 units from 0. The absolute value of negative 4 is positive 4, because negative 4 is also 4 units from 0. Right, operations inside the absolute value sign. I'm going to go ahead and calculate what's inside the absolute value bars, and then we'll remove those bars and make the number positive. So if we're going to always follow, we're working inside first, we're going to follow the order of operations. 3 minus 7 is in parentheses, so 3 minus 7 is a negative 4. So we have 2 times a negative 4, which is a negative 8. The absolute value of negative 8 is 8. For our second example, we have the absolute value of negative 3 minus 4 minus 10. So we're going to calculate what's inside the absolute value bars first. Negative 3 minus 4 minus 10 is a minus 17. The absolute value of minus 17 is a positive 17. Example 3, the absolute value of negative 15 divided by 3. Negative 15 divided by 3 is a negative 5. The absolute value of negative 5 is a positive 5. So that's how you calculate operations inside the absolute value sign. Calculate what's inside, remove the absolute value bars, and make the number positive. So let's go ahead and evaluate absolute value. So here, in all 4 of these examples, we're going to have A equal to 1, B equal to 6, and C equal to negative 2. And we're going to substitute those in and evaluate the absolute value expression. Anytime we substitute, whatever we're substituting in, we want to put parentheses around. So here we have 1 plus the absolute value of 6 minus a negative 2. So we rewrite that as 1 plus the absolute value. Inside we have 6 minus a negative 2, which is a positive 8. 1 plus the absolute value of 8 is 8. So 1 plus 8 is 9. Example 2. The absolute value of 6 minus 1 plus a negative 2. 6 minus 1 is a positive 5. The absolute value of 5 plus a negative 2 is minus 2. The absolute value of 5 is 5 minus 2 equals 3. Example 3. Minus 6 minus the absolute value of 1. So we rewrite that as minus 6 minus the absolute value of 1 is 1. Minus 6 minus 1 is minus 7. Number 4, the absolute value of C plus A plus B. So we're going to go ahead and substitute in a negative 2 plus 1, and then we're going to add 6. So we're inside the absolute value signs, so we're going to do negative 2 plus 1 is a negative 1 plus 6. The absolute value of negative 1 is 1 plus 6 equals 7. So that's how you evaluate absolute value expressions. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go ahead and we are going to see where the absolute value button is on the calculator. So we're going to find the absolute value button through math here. We're going to hit math and then we're going to highlight numbers. So we're going to also be using the right arrow key. And once we do that, the absolute value option will appear. So go ahead and sketch. Where the buttons are on the calculator. In this instance, I went ahead and copied what's on the screen here, math, num, CPX, and problem there. I highlighted num and absolute value, so I knew that the absolute value is in the number function here. Alright, so let's go ahead and use our calculator, and we're going to use problems from the previously in the lesson. See if we get the same answer with using the calculator. So example 1 here, we have the absolute value of 2 times 3 minus 7. I believe we got 8 for that. So we're going to hit math, and then we're going to go to the right arrow and highlight num, and now we see the absolute value option is available, so we hit enter. Now the absolute value is going to be denoted by ABS with parentheses. It's not going to have vertical bars, not on this calculator, maybe on one of your higher ones. Right? So we're going to go ahead and type 2 times parentheses 3 minus 7 parentheses. So those are the parentheses here, and I need another parentheses to indicate the close of the absolute value bar. And we got 8, which I believe we got the first time. Second example, we took minus 3, minus 4, minus 10. We got the absolute value of negative 17, which was 17. So let's go ahead and put that in the calculator. We're going to hit math, toggle to the right num, hit enter. We're going to hit minus 3. We're really going to hit negative 3, minus 4, minus 10. And we're going to close that. And we are going to get the positive 17. But let's look at that one for a minute. The leading number, when it's negative, we're going to use here. When we're adding a negative or subtracting, we're going to go ahead and use the minus sign. Because if we use the negative sign, then the calculator is going to read it times a negative 4 times a negative 10, not minus. So it's just something you get used to as you work with the calculator. Example 3, absolute value negative 15 divided by 3. So I hit my math key. I hit the right arrow key, enter. Negative 15 divided by 3. Close my parens, and I get 5. We're going to do that in our head real quick. Negative 15 divided by 3 is negative 5. The absolute value of negative 5 is a positive 5. So that's how you use absolute value on the calculator.